Good evening, class. Let's be honest. When we're first learning how to tutor our Pokémon, we have a tendency to gravitate moves that do a Snorlax load of damage over moves like status moves. But is this really a good move? No one? Okay. Today in class, let's go over status moves and why you really should give them a second chance. Welcome back to Pokémon 101. Moves are divided into 3 different categories, each pulling their power from a different stat and also have a symbol to denote this. The first symbol represents physical moves. Physical moves draw their power from a Pokemon's physical attack stat. This symbol represents special moves. Special moves draw their power from a Pokemon's special attack stat. Finally, the third symbol, and the topic of this video, represents status moves. Status moves are very different from the other 2 categories because they don't draw their power from any stat. Instead, they specialize in stat manipulation and inflicting conditions, such as burn or paralysis, and they don't usually output much damage. Because they don't really seem to do any meaningful damage, a lot of trainers tend to overlook them for moves that output more damage. Status moves can be difficult to use, but completely writing them off for this reason is not a good strategy. This raises the question, how exactly can they be used to their highest potential? Let's set the scene. You are an up-and-coming trainer in the beautiful Sinnoh region, looking to make a name for yourself. You have been on your journey for some time now, and are in the middle of your battle with Fantina, the Ghost-type gym leader. You've managed to wear her down, and as a final gambit, Fantina deploys Miss Magius. In response, you counter by deploying Spiritomb. Stop. Let's dig a little deeper and analyze the situation. If we look at the stats for Miss Magius, we can see that its highest stats are Special Attack, Special Defense, and Speed. This means it's going to hit hard, often, and tank a great deal of attacks that can be super effective against it. Your first instinct might be to lead with a move like Shadow Ball, but hold your horses and consider the stats again. Spiritomb has a high special and physical defense, which means it can tank a good bit of damage. In other words, it has an opportunity to set up to be a sweeper instead of just a wall. This is where status moves come into play. At this point, the goal is to give Spiritomb an easier time piercing Miss Magius' defense. So we're going to give Spiritomb the move Calm Mind. Calm Mind raises a Pokemon's special defense and special attack by 1 stage. With this move, Spiritomb will be able to tank attacks easier, then retaliate with a lot more damage than it would have otherwise. Let's consider another scenario. You are in a heated battle against an enemy Inteleon, and you find yourself in need of a Pokemon to be a solid wall. So you call upon Snorlax to fill that role. In this instance, we'll explore a different application of status moves for a defensive strategy. Snorlax is known for sleeping at really inconvenient places, and making you go the long way around. Jerk. So, let's put that lethargic energy to use by teaching it the moves Rest and Yawn. Rest will allow Snorlax to recover any HP lost during battle, but it's Yawn that will be putting in most of the work. Yawn makes the target drowsy and puts it to sleep after 2 turns. Sleep is a great condition to inflict, due to the target now being unable to do anything until they're awake. Make sure to give Snorlax a Chesto Berry to automatically wake itself up. Then, while the target is asleep, you can put Snorlax's attack stat of 110 to use by way of Body Slam. These are generally basic and effective strategies, but not the only way to effectively use status moves. For example, some moves such as Stealth Rocks or Toxic Spikes are used to force an opponent into keeping from switching out. Another example are moves like Destiny Bond or Perish Song. Destiny Bond and Perish Song are usually used in strategies that use a Pokemon as a suicide lead, since those moves will feint the target when your Pokemon faints. There's even more ways to effectively use status moves than these examples, but I hope this helps you to get an idea of how to utilize them effectively. As you can see from these scenarios, status moves can be the difference between loss and victory, if you use them properly. However, the best way to learn how to use them is trial and error, and take note of what works and what doesn't. Well, class, that's all for today. If you enjoyed yourself, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you want to stay and learn more about the basics of Pokemon, check out my other lessons. And if you want to ask questions or just hang out, don't forget to check me out on Twitch every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for joining, and until next time, class dismissed.